Oligopoly might not be a word that you're familiar with, but it's how the Commerce Commission describes our banking system. It means a few businesses that exert significant control over a market, and the Commission says our banking oligopoly needs to be shaken up. It's released its long-awaited final report into banking competition, or lack thereof, with a raft of regulatory and structural recommendations. It's urging banks to make it easier for consumers to switch services. It wants open banking to be prioritised and fully operational by 2026. It's called on the government to beef up Kiwibank's capital so it can be a disruptive competitor in the market, and to help break up what Finance Minister Nicola Willis today described as the current cosy pillow fight. Grace Thomas has more.
The Commerce Commission says these four Australian-owned banks have been dominating our banking sector for too long, and it's time that changed.
It just hasn't been working very well. It's been a little bit cosy.
The Commission's report into personal banking found there's little competition between Westpac, ANZ, BNZ and ASB. They make huge profits compared to others internationally and don't compete to give consumers the better deal.
Competition between them resembles a cosy pillow fight, with profit margins coming first and everyday Kiwis coming second.
Finance Minister Nicola Willis is promising the government will act on all 14 recommendations made by the Commission, one of those being to beef up Kiwibank by pumping it with more capital.
What this report makes clear is that if Kiwibank is going to have the scope to competitively go for new customers and grow, then it will eventually need new capital. So the time to act on that is now, and we are seeking advice.
Sam Stubbs, co-founder of KiwiSaver fund Simplicity, says it's a move that's long overdue.
Kiwibank right now is a one-armed boxer in the ring with four heavyweights, right, the Aussies. So if you want it to compete, you've got to beef it up, right? You've got to get some muscle. That basically means money, and that means money either from outside investors like KiwiSaver, managers or iwi, or it comes from the government. But either way, it has to happen. Otherwise, you have this illusion of competition, but what we know, the reality of that is higher mortgage rates.
The Commission also wants open banking to be accelerated, which would also help customers switch banks more easily.
Ultimately, we should be able to switch our bank account like we switch our power or switch our KiwiSaver, right? Should be online, should be quick, it should be easy.
The Commission hopes these changes will put more power in the hands of consumers.
It's about better pricing and more choice and more variety, and hopefully services that we just haven't seen here.
The ball is now firmly in the government's court. They have got to act, right? Just talking about it is going to achieve absolutely nothing. Doing something about it will mean ordinary Kiwis will have more cash in their pockets.
And who doesn't want more cash in their pockets during a cost of living crisis?
Well, kia ora, Grace. So how quickly will we see movement on this?
Well, the Finance Minister, Nicola Willis, expects government to take a plan to Cabinet by the end of the year. She's already asked Treasury to engage with Kiwibank's parent company, Kiwi Group Capital, for options on how they raise that capital, but she says we're unlikely to see any movement here until 2026. The government is keen to get on top of this. It's hard to shy away from just how big these banks' profits are. Last year, collective profits from banks rose 0.3% to a record $7.21 billion.
Nomical, isn't it? And what does the Commerce Commission think about the government's response?
Well, the Commerce Commission Chair, John Small, told us earlier that he's thrilled at the government's response and just how quickly they've picked it up, but he isn't letting the government off lightly. He says the Commerce Commission will monitor industry and government progress, and the Commission will be ready to intervene if they deem that progress to be insufficient, Sam.
OK, thanks so much, Grace.